Good morning and welcome again to River Valley Farm. Yeah, we're back on the, well, let's say this is part 2 of the D7E engine miss. Here is our culprit. I think I went over this, but anyway, busted exhaust valve spring is what we had. Today is the day that the heads are going to come off. So we've got to take, obviously, intake manifold, turbo, exhaust manifold off, and then around here on the other side we have this guy right here, which is the coolant manifold. So I have underneath that towel there, I've drained out about 17-18 gallons of coolant already this morning. That's 4 5-gallon buckets down there. And now the fun part begins. We're going to start stripping it. I'm going to start on the other side there. I'm going to take the injection lines off, get the, or actually wait, I'm going to take the rear valve cover off, the 3 and 4 cylinder valve cover off up here, and then, yeah. I'm just going to start tearing apart stuff, and then when I find time, I'll stop and video what I've done. Alright, so we're making some pretty good progress here. We got the valve cover off the back, obviously, pulled the valve cover bases off front and back. Got the injection lines off, coolant manifold is off. Yeah. Now for the fun part of this whole ordeal. Get down and run around here and show you. Okay, so as I was saying, excuse me, the fun part of this whole ordeal is going to be getting this exhaust manifold off. Pretty certain we're just going to break these studs. There's no way around it, really. Hopefully they break before they are flush with the head, but given my luck, that's where they're going to be broke at. So, yeah. Should be a good time anyway. Alright. Back to it. So, on a highly impressive note, all but one of these exhaust studs has come out and pretty much look like new, other than the nuts, because this should be a stud and a nut, not a bolt. But anyway, see that, well, I don't know, let me get my light. Like that. But I'm not complaining. That's a good sign, if you ask me. I don't know how many years this thing's been on here, but probably longer than I've been alive anyway. So, back to work on that one. Okay then, so wonders never cease. This one here looked a whole lot like that one, but with the help of a socket or ratcheted cheater pipe, it came off and didn't break the stud. So so let me say this. Kudos, Caterpillar. You used to make really good stuff. Still do as far as that goes, in my opinion, but a lot of people don't share that anymore. So, yeah. Now just to get that big heavy thing off of there, and then we'll be good. Oh, come alongs and rigging in my future. Alright, so it's off. And just for the record, it's as heavy as it looks. Anyway, hindsight being what it is, I probably should have removed the turbocharger before I did that. So we should now be able to get our first glimpse of, well, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it or not, but I can see the valve stem in there anyway. You guys probably can't see it with this drop light. I'd need a flashlight to do that. But anyway, so we've come this far. No point in stopping now. We got to get these heads off so we can get them to the machine shop tomorrow. So we've got some linkage and a bracket to remove so we can get the back head off, and the front head should just be pretty much unbolted and go. I would sincerely expect those to be heavier than the exhaust manifold, but I could be wrong. You never know. So yeah, back to work. Alright, so we have our bracket removed, which was actually mounted to these two head studs. And this bracket is actually what supports this dash panel that has your throttle, steering clutches, gauges, you know, pretty much everything to do with the machine right there. So yeah, this is a kind of an old school way to do it. Way to have these dozers set up. It's a really, you know, it's a good design. Don't get me wrong, it's a really good design. It's just a little bit different because of the way the controls are set up on this thing versus the newer machines. So yeah. Anyway, now we get to start pulling the rest of the head bolts, pulling the rest of the head studs of it. So yeah. In order to do this, these only torque to like 300 foot-pounds or something, but not much of a challenge for the half-inch Milwaukee. That one's got some crud on it. Anyway. Trying not to drop my socket while I'm doing this with one hand might be fun, but anyway, here we go. I'm sure this engine has been apart before. This thing is, at the newest, it's like a 74 model machine. Probably somewhere in the 60s though, I would say. Okay, so that's all the big ones loose. Socket actually came off that time, that's good. And then now for the small studs, which are, I forget what these torque to, but not much. socket again. Alright, let me get these off here and then we'll get back to you. Alright guys, the moment we've all been waiting for. Or at least this is the moment that I've been waiting for. This is our number 2 cylinder that the valve spring broke on. It doesn't appear, to me anyway, to have messed up the valve seat at all, which is good. The valve came out intact, although bent, as you can see. So what most, you can see there, hopefully you can see there, that, get a hold of this thing. Clean spot on the valve where it looks like it knocked the carbon off. That's pretty much the only damage done. It knocked the carbon off. So I'll show you the piston here in a minute. But anyway, since this engine is equipped with valve rotators, it hit that and then it turned it so it didn't hit it again, basically, which is good. And apparently it only hit once. I was expecting this thing to be destroyed. It's not. I'm okay with that. I don't have a crane, and pulling these pistons and liners out of this old girl is not going to be very much fun without one. So let me get this damn camera in the right direction here. So yeah, right here is where it hit. Again, I mean, there's a little bit of a ridge right there where it hit, but otherwise there's no damage to this. So I think we're going to get away with just getting the heads rebuilt, a whole lot of gaskets, and an oil change. Again, I'm not complaining at all. This is quite unexpected to me to see this turn out this well. But now we got to call the guy that owns this thing and see what he wants to do. He was good with getting the heads done and all that stuff, but we'll see if he wants to go farther or not. I don't know if you'll be able to tell or not, but when I was looking earlier, I could see cross-hatch in the liners. Look them this way, maybe. I don't know. My camera's not picking it up very well, as best, or at least not on the little screen on the camera. But it does have cross-hatch in it, so that is good. It's not a fresh engine, but it's still here. It's still together. It still works. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now, guys. I got to get this other head off here and get some stuff pulled out of them and get them ready to ship. So stay tuned for part 3, and hopefully that'll be reassembly, or at least that will be reassembly. There's no hopefully to it. That's the only thing there is to do at this point in time. So thanks for watching, guys. Please comment, rate, and subscribe for more, and we'll get back to you.